Few weeks ago, the Chief of Defense Staff, Musa Christopher, publicly announced or debunked the rumor that there is an intention to cite foreign military base, especially France military base in the north. The Chief of Defense Staff came to the public to debunk such rumors. But contrary to his position today, a military serving officer have revealed that the French forces are in the northern Nigeria now combating along with the Nigerian forces against the Boko Haram, which means the rumors uh, about the foreign military in Nigeria has come to pass, despite the debunkment made by the Chief of Defense Staff.
Ah, you know, uh, if it is true, because we haven't known the truth about it, but if it is true that a foreign military base is now in Nigeria,
The military, French military officers were cited fighting alongside with the Nigerian military against the supposed Boko Haram in the north.
one thing I will say is that Nigerian leaders should be very, very careful not to throw us into a hole. They should be careful because France and the French people, maybe many people in Nigeria don't know, they are very, very high in politics. Very high. If French army come here in Nigeria to help Nigeria, the reason why I'm saying that we should be careful not to be thrown into a hole is because it is easy for France to support you. Easy for France to, help you out of any problem. But the salary, you may pay it throughout your life. Nigeria may pay it throughout the existence or lifetime of Nigeria. If France will come and help you to fight against Boko Haram, the salary, what of if only one soldier of French army is dead? What of whatever they will help you to fight that war, my brother, you will pay it from generation to generation. I'm surprised that a country like Nigeria, a great country like us, we do celebrate independence. But until today, I still ask myself, do we have that independence? Since we can invite a foreign army to help Nigeria, French army to help Nigeria, you ask yourself, is it Nigeria? Is it not Nigeria that uh, even can I say stop war in Liberia? Is it not Nigerian soldiers that have been fighting in many countries? How come Nigerian soldiers alone cannot face Boko Haram? Who are Boko Haram? Is it another country that is fighting Nigeria? Is it not a group of terrorists? How come Nigerian soldiers are unable to face them, defeat them, and free Nigeria? It's a surprise. And now we have to call France. We have been borrowing money here and there. Until now, economic crisis is weighing on Nigeria. People are suffering here and there, crying here and there. And now, French soldiers are in Nigeria to help Nigeria. They can help you. They can even clear Boko Haram in 6 months or in a year, depending on them. But the salary, you will pay for it.
Now, think about that. They have been in control of the Sahel regions, Sahel states, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, for barely 40 years before the indigenous people of those countries decided to kick them off because they have not been of any economic value to them, rather ripping them off. They have not been able to fight or combat against insurgency. You see different sects of terrorism striving within those francophone countries, controlled countries. So, what guarantee that they will fight against insurgency in Nigeria if they could not fight against terrorism, insurgency in those Sahel regions where they are predominantly in control for barely 4 decades?
You know, Nigeria is a great country of milk and honey, and the target of France is also milk and honey. They may neglect some of those countries because for France, it depends on what France will gain. It doesn't depend on what they will, lose. It depends on what they will gain. Don't forget that those people are experienced people. Like as I told you initially, France is a great country of politics. They know what is called politics. You know, in Nigeria, sometimes we do say Nigerians are not know how to play politics. This and that know how to play politics. If they know how to play politics, Nigeria would have been very well united since. Nobody will talk about Boko Haram. Nobody will talk about Biafra. But if you want to see politics, go to France. We don't know them. Here in Nigeria, we are using force. Nigerians will say do or die. In France, it's not like that. Uh, one one French musician sang something. He said in French, he said, "Les blancs, oh les blancs, sont comme les charançons. Ils te bouffent, ils te mangent sans le savoir." So he said they are like, is it, what do you call it in English? You time it. As it time it, I think. All those insects. Uh-huh. So that French musician say that France is like that very insect. They will be eating you and they will be, swallowing you, but you will never know. That is what is called French politics or French politicians. They are great in politics. They don't come with brutality. Remember that in France, somebody slapped Emmanuel Macron. Somebody slapped him, and they didn't kill the person. They just judged him according to the offense and jailed him. I think 18 months in prison. So France can play great politics. Okay, look at the age of Macron when he became president. And the Macron now is leading France. Do you see him behave like a small boy? He behaved like a matured person. Instead, some African president that can give birth to him may behave like, somehow. But to him, Emmanuel Macron, because In French, they call Emmanuel Macron. But in English, we say Emmanuel. Emmanuel Macron. So if you see that Emmanuel, he is very, very responsible and he behaves mature. He is very, very mature, but a young man and great in politics. So that will tell you how strong uh, France or even French people are in politics. They are very, very strong. So I keep on saying it. They may not take too much interest about other countries, but they may be well interested in coming to Nigeria because they know what they will gain from now till even so many years. Because if France come to help you and deliver you from Boko Haram, my brother, you will pay for it. Is another, will I say, uh, another pipe that Nigeria might have opened. You understand?
To suck their resources.
Yes, to suck their resources. Another pipe. And this very pipe is very strong one. France, don't play with them. You know, France, uh, there was a time the president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, I don't know about him now, if he's still there. There was a time he was making a speech. He was telling Macron that, look, many countries have interest in Cameroon. He was telling them that Germany have interest, Britain, and it was, uh, telling them about many countries that have interest. So he was telling them it's not only France that have interest in Cameroon, many people. By so saying, that man was pleading with France because the exploitation might have been too much. So he was pleasing to tell them it's not only you, France. And now that France is coming to Nigeria. When the people that were colonized by them
I'm not happy with them.
are not happy with them, Nigerians are inviting them. You understand? So, my brother, that's the level at which we can be or at which we are. Just because we black Nigerians, we don't love ourselves, we cannot come together and live as one. But we talk about unity every day. Who is Boko Haram? Who is the new terrorist that is coming in the north? Who is the herdsmen? Who do you think that all those people are? Where are they coming from? Do you think that because there is a proverb that say it is the rat that is inside, the rat that is inside, it is that very rat that is inside that do call other rats from outside. So ask yourself, how can people burst into our country just like that? A country that has army, police. You see in the streets of Nigeria, you will see many uniform. All those uniform, what are they there for? Is it on the poor Nigerians? I think they are there for security. All the budget that is always allocated to all our, will I say, security men, army, police, and everything. Upon all that, Nigeria is incapable to face Boko Haram, finish with them, wipe them away, and continue to live. And I repeat myself, who is bringing those Boko Haram new terrorists, herdsmen, so on and so forth. A citizen of Nigeria is not free to move freely. A citizen of Nigeria is not, if a soldier offend you now, you are not free to say, ah, my dear, you have offended me. Oh. It is because he's a soldier, you will be intimidated and close your mouth. Because he's a policeman, you will be intimidated. All those powers, all those security men, is it only for poor citizens? Is it not to defend the country? Is it not to protect citizens of Nigeria? Despite all what Nigeria do spend on the head of all those people, the result is that they are not able to defend Nigeria. Nigeria have to invite foreign military. My brother, this one is just too much.
It's quite ridiculous and very unfortunate. Thank you once again for your submissions and the in-depth analysis.
So thank you. Thank you.